Hi there, welcome to day 902 of What's She Up To Now. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Pouring myself a little more coffee. Need a little more caffeination this morning. Live Q&A, Get Up and Go Challenge today at 11 a.m. Central Time on, of course, the Facebook Get Up and Go Challenge page. I'll go live there and answer questions and share the answers to questions that people have pre-asked me that said, hey, it's Saturday, I'm not going to be there, so could you please just answer my questions? So I'll do those, and then any live questions that come in, we'll answer those too. We'll go as long as it takes. I'm open. Granddaughter's not with me today, so I am going to be flexible and open, and we will take as long as it takes to make sure that you get your questions answered. Fun challenge today was an interesting one about economics and saving, and can you save up for fun? Can you save your fun up? No, fun. You can only have fun right now, right? You can hope to have fun in the future, but there's no guarantee you'll have fun in the future. You can't live off the fun that you had in the past. Sure, we've all had fun in the past, but you can't really live off that now unless you're reliving the memories of the fun times, which I guess is kind of fun, but not as fun as being there and doing it now. So I thought that was an interesting one. So what are you saving for? What are you saving it for? What are you saving? Are you saving time? Are you saving energy? Are you saving money? Are you saving resources? And what are you saving up for? Are you saving up for a big event? Are you saving up for a big purchase? Are you saving up for a big thing? Sometimes we save up for events. We save up for weddings. We save up for celebrations. We save up for parties. We save up for big dinners. We save up for events in our businesses. If we're going to have a gathering or an event in our business, those take resources, time, energy, and financial resources, among other things. Today, the idiom for supersize your business was lower the boom. And I love booms because I made them one summer in one of my summer jobs while I was in college. I made oil spill booms at the plant in Valley, Nebraska, the 3M plant in Valley, Nebraska, Occupational Health and Safety Products Division used to make, I don't know if they still make them or not, but they made oil spill booms. So when there was an oil spill in the ocean, they made these big, long, I think they were probably 20 or so feet long, maybe longer, different lengths of booms that would be hooked together with big hooks out in the ocean so that they would absorb the oil when it was spilled. Save nature, save the animals. And I've seen them on television, and I'm like, oh, I used to make those. I don't know if they were the 3M variety, but we made those. So that was my experience personally with oil spill booms. Well, there's other type booms as well, right? Now people say, lower the boom. I'd rather say, hey, bring the boom, bring the fun, bring the excitement, bring the news that will really help other people versus lowering the boom. Lowering the boom is usually making people follow the rules or scolding or punishing strictly in a situation. I talked, of course, about how do you do that in your business. How can you do that in your business in a positive way without having to lower the boom or come down on people and behave in a strict way. You can do that. I did that when I was younger, tested it out, didn't work that well, wasn't that fun for me, so I changed my way of dealing with situations, and I found that there were ways you could deal with situations ahead of time. You could be proactive instead of having to be reactive all the time. Tend to lower the boom more when you're reacting to something or someone else's behavior than if you're being proactive and you're setting things up so that your expectations will be met in the first place. A lot easier, a lot more effective. Also, if people know what to expect, they will behave that way. If you know what to expect of yourself, you know how to behave in any given situation. That's why things like having our own vision and goals are so important, because then we know where we're going. It makes decision making so much easier. If I know that every decision I make, I want to move me toward the things that I want, it's easy to decide what to say yes and no to. If somebody presents me with an idea or an opportunity, because there's always opportunities to do something, but it doesn't fit in any way, shape, or form toward where I am going with my life and how I want to show up in the world, the answer is no. It's not no because I don't like the person or I don't want to help them. It's no because it's not a fit. We're not in alignment in terms of where I'm going and they're going. And a lot of times people forget that when they ask you to do something, or they ask you to be part of their summit, or they ask you a favor, or they want to interview you on their podcast, they forget that if it's not in alignment with your interests, if you're not saying no, hey, I don't support you, I'll support you in any way that I can that fits in my journey. But if it doesn't fit in my journey, it's easy to say no. And it's never personal. By the way, never personal. If I say no to something, it's not me saying no to the person or the opportunity. It's me saying no, it's not right for me right now at this time. And that happens every day. Pretty much every day, we're faced with the importance of judging and deciding and choosing among way more alternatives, way more possibilities than we could ever say yes to. Now, how do I know? Because I used to say yes to frickin' almost everything, and that got me in a lot of trouble. It got me in trouble physically and exhausted. It didn't get me in trouble like I'm in trouble with somebody else or something else or some authority. It got me in trouble because I overcommitted, and I believe that if you say you're going to do something, you always do it. So I committed too much and ended up having to sacrifice my sleep. I don't like the word sacrifice, but when you're giving something up that you really, really need, like sleep or food or energy, to things that you're not 100% committed to for the right reasons, that feels like sacrifice. So I used to say yes to everything, and I finally learned, hey, you can't possibly say yes to all the things that come your way and all the possibilities. So you have to pick and choose. And if you pick and choose based on your long-term vision, it's easy to know what to say yes to and what to say no to. Get Up and Go Challenge, already mentioned, live session today at 11 a.m. And what else is going on? Working on some other challenge-related projects that are secret right now. I will share them probably in a couple of days, but I don't want to share them until I have committed that this is the direction I'm going. This is what I'm going to do with them. Otherwise, I feel like I'm changing my mind all the time. And one of the things that I have learned, one of the biggest lessons I've learned going from the offline world to the online world, is that you have to narrow your focus and commit to a path and then make adjustments on that path. You can't go down 2 paths or more, 3 paths or 5 paths or even 20 paths. You have to pick a lane and go in that lane until you realize you are or are not on the right road. And it doesn't take very long if you're focused. But if you're doing 4 or 5 different things, you have no way of knowing and keeping track of all 5 until you get one lane set in stone, one path, one process, one procedures, and processes and procedures to make that path automatic before you add another one and another one and another one. It's the same when we're picking who we're going to serve and who we talk to and who we help online or offline. If we are choosing everybody, we're choosing nobody, because we get lost in the sea of infinite information and knowledge and overload. So that's what I'm thinking on. That's what I'm working on today. I got some projects around the house I do need to get to since it's a weekend. Life is always continuous projects in every area and aspect of our life. If we ever think we're going to be done, we are just deluding ourselves, because we're never going to be done or perfect or 100% exactly where we want to be. Human beings, me included, always have to feel like we're making progress. We're moving toward better and better and better versions of ourselves. So that's it. I will be with you tomorrow to hop on and just fill you in on what I'm doing as I transition from the brick and mortar world, the corporate world of business, to the online world of business. What's working, what's not working, what's got me stuck, because sometimes I go like a week or 2, not so much anymore. I used to, when I first came online, I would try to figure everything out myself. I mean, everything. I figured I had to know and learn everything. Anybody else ever do that? We get into a different environment. We feel like, okay, I got to figure all this out. I have to know and do everything. And I guess, if I'm being honest with myself, I did that offline too. I would get into a new position, a new rank, and I would go out with a vengeance to learn and grasp and figure out everything I could about the job or the industry that I was involved in. And I would ask people questions and interview them and go to different departments. But for the most part, I was the one that took responsibility for taking the action and going and figuring it all out myself. Well, offline, that seemed to be easier than it is online, because there is so much information. There are literally millions of people wanting to sell you and teach you how to do different things. And sometimes it's the same thing. And you could pick any topic online and literally find thousands of people that will teach you and guide you and coach you and sell you coaching and all different courses and webinars and things on the exact same topic. You could say branding or high ticket sales or leads or conversion. Any topic you pick, there are literally thousands of people that will teach you how to do that thing. Well, guess what? Of those thousands of people, how do you know who are the good people to follow and who are the people that are just leading you down their little teeny bit of the rabbit hole that they just learned a week ago how to do something, and now they're selling to you how to do that thing? They may or may not have done it themselves, but they're going to teach you how to do it as if they're an expert. I love the whole expert thing because we are all experts on something, but we're not all experts in everything. And we're not all experts on the marketable thing or the latest, hottest, great book. When I first got online, the whole big thing was how to do Facebook ads, And there were literally thousands of people that would teach you how to do Facebook ads. Some of these people had never made any money for themselves or anyone else in Facebook ads, yet they were selling you a $1,000 course. Oh, excuse me, $997 course. And it was only going to be open for this 4 or 5 or 7 day period. And then the price was going to double to the $10,000 it really should be. I mean, come on. And now that model, I love Russell Brunson, but that model is freaking everywhere, right? And is it the right model for everybody? No, it absolutely positively is not. And so I'm getting a little soured on the everybody everywhere should do this thing. And everybody everywhere should follow this model. If you are on any social media, you'll know what I'm talking about when I say the how to generate leads on social media. Facebook and LinkedIn are the two I spend my most time on. And I just, everywhere, it's everywhere. Every single day I get hit up. Somebody sends a friend request. I choose to friend them because based on I check out their profile. Always check out people's profile before you friend them. Hello? So many people don't do that. And that's how you get scammed and spammed and everything else in your groups and in your on your pages and on your personal profile pages and on any platform. Check people out. Go check out their profile before you hit accept. Why do I say this? Because when I first got online was, God, I was one of the first people on Facebook as Facebook came online, even though I was still in corporate America back then. Was I in corporate America? No, I was not in corporate America. Well, wait a minute. I don't remember. It's been a long time. So I may have been in corporate America still. I can't remember. But when I got online, I did that. I'm like, oh, wow, this is so cool. You can be friends with people all around the world. And so I had people. And I guarantee some of the people that I originally was friends with are still friends on Facebook. Some of them I've been friends with, and I never did anything with them until just recently when I came online and started doing things online as well. But we built relationships over the years, and that's the key, is to build relationships with people, real relationships, not I'm just in it because, and I'm just friending you because I want to sell you my thing. God, that I'm so sick of that. I am so over that, and I think most people are getting over that too. You get a friend request and immediately the next message, and it comes immediately because it's automated, is to tell you about their thing and sell you their thing. Or are you interested in my thing? Well, guess what? If you checked out my profile, which I can tell you didn't, you would see that I too am a ClickFunnels person. I'm a ClickFunnels certified partner. I have been since 2017. So do you need to sell me a funnel? No. Does it mean I won't team up with you on something funnel related someday, maybe? Or have you on my podcast? I don't know. But if you're trying to sell me a funnel right off the bat, I know that you're not the kind of person I want to team up with now. You're just getting started. You're new to your business. Again, everything we do, everything we say shows people exactly who we are, whether we believe it or not. And I've done some of those things too. I'm horrified to think about what I did when I was in a network marketing organization, just like it was only like 5 years ago. I followed what my leadership was teaching me. This is the success system. Do this. And when I look back now, I'm like, oh my God, that was so terrible. I inundated my Facebook feed with promotion for this and memes and things about this particular organization. And I still like the organization. I like their products, but I didn't like the way they taught you to build your business and build, and that's got me I could go in for 20 minutes on direct marketing and not direct marketing so much as network marketing specifically, and my thoughts and feelings about the way that's being done. Now, I think it's changing as people are doing it online right, but there's still so many people, thousands, probably millions of people teaching you how to do it wrong, just like everything else online. There's lots of people that will teach you how to do it their way or wrong, and the key is to find out, have they successfully actually done the thing they're teaching you? If they have, then awesome. They are able to teach it to you. The caveat of this, I would say, that's slightly different is coaching. And depending on what kind of an area you're getting coaching in, you have to, and maybe I should do a Facebook Live on this, how to pick the right coach for you, how to pick the right course for you, how to pick the right anything for you. I think I just got an idea, which I'm going to write down so I don't forget, but how to pick the thing that's right for you among all of the many choices. How to pick the right coach is a good one. Because coaching is like picking a shrink. I've never been to a shrink or a psychiatrist or a psychologist, but I believe that, and I take this from my personal experience. I have a second cousin, I guess once removed. She's my ex-mother-in-law's cousin, and she's been seeing the same psychiatrist for over 25 years. Now, I don't know about you, but if I am paying anybody for anything for 25 years, I would think that I've gotten better in that area of my mental and health and my mental well-being. I shouldn't have to see anybody for 25 years to change anything about myself and my life. That's my personal opinion, and maybe that's because I've had to do so many changes and made so many changes and adjustments during my lifetime. I'm like, nothing should take 25 years. And if I'm 25 years into anything, I better be an absolute rock star master at that thing right now. So I think it's really important that we pick the right people to follow, the right people to listen to, the right people to coach us on anything and everything. And I'm a huge avid believer in coaches. I always have had coaches and mentors throughout my, from the time most of my life, right? If I think about people and bosses that served as mentors, even at a young age, I had mentors that were teaching me things and people that I was learning from, even if they weren't officially my mentors or my coaches. I didn't pay coaches probably until my late 20s would be when I first started hiring coaches in different areas and aspects of my life. Anyway, that's it. That's rambling. Have an absolutely amazing day. I will, of course, be with you tomorrow just to update you on what I'm doing as I make my transition from the offline world to the online world. If you have any questions about that, hit me up in the comments below. If you have any thoughts about how to pick the right coach for you, or if you have a story about the right coach or the wrong coach that you've picked and had experience with, hit me up in the messaging below too, because I might want to chat with you as I prepare to do a how to pick the right coach or course or whatever for you. Take care.